Hello and welcome to Differential Discussions. I'm Melissa,
And I'm Dave.
and today we have another episode of Do That Diff.
I'm very excited for this series.
I'm excited for it too. In fact, I'm a teeny bit disappointed that I'm always going to know what we're looking at.
I know. Yeah, you do have a very unfortunate position. At least you know, I could always try to, but you'll know, right? I mean, you'll have some indication. It won't be as fun.
Yeah,
Maybe
well, just because you can't steer the ship, I have to steer the ship.
I know. Yeah, that's part of it too, right? Yeah, yeah.
So,
All
anyway,
right.
we have a case today of a 10-year-old female.
We do, we do. 10-year-old female, and let me look here. So white count's quite high. Um, red count. Yeah, MCV is low and RDW is high. Okay. Platelets are normal but high-ish. And then on the stiff scattergram, looks like a lot of neutrophils. All right. And my RBC and platelets look reasonable for me. Nothing that's shouting out at me.
Mhm.
All right. I think I'm ready to look at the slide. Maybe we'll see what I can find.
There we go.
All right. So I see a couple of smudge cells, maybe. Um, hmm, maybe an NRBC or two.
Well, I think it correlates with the high white cell count.
It does. Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm being careful now on this mag too, looking for cells stuck together or anything like that.
Mhm.
Um, but stuff like acute leukemias and things, I think are kind of not really on my radar. Scattergram looked normal-ish.
Mhm.
Um,
Do you want
and
me to
then
go
I
to the
also don't want
feathered
to
edge?
forget about my red cells. What's
Yep.
that?
You want me to go to the feathered edge?
Yeah, yeah. Let's look at the feather a little bit. See if there's anything glaring. Yeah. This looks like a bunch of neutrophils, probably. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can kind of go down to higher power whenever you feel like it. All right. All right, neutrophils. Uh, all right, so right away it looks like some hypochromia in the red cells. And is that a nucleated red cell in the bottom of the field too, it looks like?
I can't tell if it's a nucleated red or junk.
Okay. All right.
It might be junk sitting on the red cell.
All right, cool. Junk's cool with me. So maybe we'll just do a quick little scan on this magnification so I can look at the white cells a little bit. Yep, there's more smudge cells, more neutrophils. Neutrophils. Yep. Yep.
My suspicion is that it was just junk before on that red cell.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Can I look at that fella? What are you on 40 or
Do you
can
want
we
me to
go down to? Yeah, I think I'm ready for oil. Cool. All right. Yeah, okay. It's just a lymph.
good or too much?
What's that?
Is this light good or too much?
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, initially when I looked at it, I was a little bothered by it, but it just looks like a normal lymph. All right. So now I'm focusing in now on my red cells. With the MCV, looks like there's a decent amount of hypochromia here. RDW is elevated. So, if I had to make a differential diagnosis, I would be kind of looking at anemia of inflammation, but most likely an iron deficiency is probably what I'm thinking about right here.
Does it help that she's 10?
It helps that she's 10. Yeah, it does. And the other thing that I might have in mind is thalassemias. But maybe I should look at a couple more fields just to see. Yeah, I'm really looking for like codocytes, things like that. Maybe some basophilic stippling. Although there's an occasional possible codocyte, a large granular lymph. Yeah. Yeah, so I suppose I might, in a clinical setting, I'd want some iron studies to rule out iron deficiency. But yeah, I think if I had to pick, it's probably an IDA, possibly a thal.
So when you talked about thal, you were looking for codocytes. How come you were looking for codocytes?
So codocytes tend to correlate with thalassemias, especially beta thal. Alpha thal, it gets a little bit more slippery. I mean, like a single gene deletion, you're not likely to see codocytes, and even 2 gene deletions with alpha thals, in my experience, it's just not as prominent as like the beta thals. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah.
Well, I think the CBC helps us a little bit in figuring out if it's a thal minor, though, too, right?
That's true. Yeah. So with a thal minor, you should have the thal minor. I should expect a lower MCV than, well, it could be 73. I mean, I don't know.
But the red cell should be not.
Generally, they increase to compensate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean,
hers was not increased.
No. So it's, well, for a normal range is what, 4 or 5 to, I'd have to see with the pediatric, 4.5 million to 5.5 million. So it was in range. That's most likely. I feel like this is an iron deficiency or something like that.
Especially a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Because she's probably just not eating what she should be. She's probably eating whatever she wants, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese.
Yep. And who knows what the situation is at home too, right? So like families that are struggling, right, to make ends meet are going to eat more fast foods and kind of the quick and dirty stuff, and it's easy for these nutritional deficiencies to develop.
Especially if she's 10, so she's growing.
Yep.
So she's going to need a lot of iron. And then who knows if she started her menstruation yet? Because if she did, then she would definitely need more iron than just growing. So most likely I would agree that it's an IDA as well.
Cool. Woo!
That was fast.
Was it? Yeah?
Yeah, that was fast. Good job, Dave.
Thank you.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you'd like notifications whenever we post a new video. And feel free to reach out to us on social media or via email with comments or suggestions about future content. Thanks.